Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back or welcome to a pandemic where our content is contagious. This video is going to be for you guys because I even keep getting messages saying that, hey Ryan, how do I become the best player? Hey Ryan, what card do I need to buy? Hey Ryan, just start out this card game. What cards do I need to get to your level? And everything like that. So I'm like, okay. And I thought, you know what? They keep asking me, oh Ryan, how do you keep winning playmats after playmat? 1, 2, all these champion playmats for winning the tournaments. And I'm like, okay then, I'll tell you a video, I'll make a video. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to tell you what cards you need to get, how to be competitive, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, so this PowerPoint is going to tell you all the stuff you need to get to start your adventure to become the Pokemon Master. Okay guys, so obviously we got these league battle deck. I mean, they're tournament ready deck. Essentially, if you want to make these deck competitive, you just need to buy 2 of each, and then you just take out the main cards and you just add it all up, and then you get yourself a tier 1 deck. However, these cards will be rotated out in September, and all these other sets that's going to be rotated. So you got Cosmic Eclipse, Unbroken Bond, Team Up, Unified Mind, and Hidden Fate. So the two, if you go back here, the release start deck, they're all gonna get recycled because Pikachu and the Charizard are from Unbroken Bond, which is on the top one, as you can see in here. They're gonna be rotated out, and then the Unified, and then Cosmic Eclipse was where that Arceus, the Archipelagizations list. So that being said, it's gonna be rotated out in September. So that means these cards won't be tournament legal for standard play. However, you can buy them and play in standard, but majority of people play standard because it's much more fresher. You can play with the new cards and you don't have to backtrack and buy all the old cards just to play standard. Okay, so yeah, so far so these are the cards that's going to be the best cards, the cards that you need to get for Sword and Shield. So from the Pokemon V, Pokemon non-V Pokemon will be the Drizzle, the Talion, Stunfisk, Berserker, Zigzagoon, Toxicroak, Rillaboom, Cecina, and Oranguru and Frostmoth. Essentially, you need 9 of these cards because all the decks in Japan so far are playing like 3 or 4 Drizzle, 2 or 3 Inteleon. For search ability with their shady dealing, they're allowed to evolve it, add a trainer card, which is really good for thinning down since thinning is winning. Okay, and then we got Galarian Berserker, which does plus 20 damage to your metal Pokemon as a stage 1 Pokemon, so in case you play Zacian, you can knock it out with 250 with it. So that's really cool. Stunfisk is good against those random matchup since of its Snap Trap. If it's an active Pokemon, discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon, which is good. And Zigzagoon has been seen a lot of play with its effect of Tangerine Headbutt, which if you summon it, if you put it on your bench, you ping 1 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which is really good for the maths. Sometimes you can't hit the number perfectly. And then we got Toxicroak, which is quite optional. It's only for if you're playing Poison deck, then it adds plus 2 damage counter towards the Poison, which is alright, pretty good. It's seen plays in Poison Eternatus, but yeah. So far, and then you got the Rillaboom for the Energy Acceleration. I always put Energy Acceleration card as a card to get, just because anything that allows you to accelerate energy is too good. Yeah, and then same with the Cincino. Cincino is allow you to draw cards by discarding 1, draw 2 as stage 1. And there's been a tournament that's for the new format, so after rotation, and people were playing the whole Inteleon and Cincino lined up in their deck, just because any deck that can search for the essential card or has draw engine, why not play them in the package? So Talion and Cecina is so far a must-have in deck to come up in the future. Okay, and then you got the Oranguru. Oranguru effect is to just put a card on top, add that card, add your top card to your hand, and put 1 card on top, which is really good. And yeah, so that's cool. And then Frostmoth again, Energy Acceleration, attach energy. So if we're looking at this, I'll probably get 4 of this, 3 of them, 1 or 2 of this, 1 or 2 of the Berserker, maybe 3, and then 1 to 4 Zigzagoon, depending on what deck you want to play with it. But I personally, if you're playing Eternatus, you play 4. If you're playing like if you want to tech it, 1 or 2 should be fine. And then Toxicroak, probably 2 or 3 mats, maybe 4 if you really want to get that poison. Other than that, 2 Rillaboom is all you need. And I'll say 3 or 4 Cincino, just because Draw Engine is too good not to. Oranguru, you probably play 1 or 2 in Index. Unless you're playing Colossal, then you might need 3, but usually just 1 of this or 2. Frostmaster, you only play 2 or 3. So that's good. Okay, and then we move on to the next. So these are the Pokemon V that I recommend getting from the Sword and Shield set. So Cramorant has still been seeing a lot of play. People have been playing 1 or 2 of this card. I mean, it's insane. You can do 160 to any Pokemon. So sometimes you just want to snipe a bench Pokemon from your opponent's side, weaken them, then knock it out. So that's really good, and your opponent can't escape from it. So that's cool. And then you got Sableye with its Crazy Claw. It does 30 damage, or it does 60 damage for each damage count on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it does 10 damage plus. So if you have like, if you combine this with the Zigzagoon that I explained in the last slide, you can Zigzagoon, ping, 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 put 3 damage count, and then use the Crazy Claw to do 190 plus a 10 damage. So that's insane. And you got the loader of research, like just add a card from your discard pile to your hand, so that's decent. Then you got the Victini. I'll say pick up 3 or 4 of this Victini just because of the new Victini VMAX that I'm going to explain later on the slide. This card is the better Victini because it has energy acceleration and it can have a decent attack with energy burst doing 30 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon and your opponent active Pokemon. Okay, and then the cards that you should be getting is Zamazenta V with his ability of Dauntless Shield to prevent all damage from VMAX Pokemon, so that's really good, and VMAX is like the new thing of this rotation. And then Zacian V, what can I say about this card? This card is literally everything you want in the Pokemon card. It can do 230 big damage. It has a draw engine and a energy acceleration with its ability to Intrepid draw up to 3 cards. If there's any of metal energy you drew from those 3 cards, you can attach it to your Zacian. So really good. And then Tapu Koko V, it's a 200 attack Thunder, and it has a Spike Draw to draw a card, and it's free retreat. So don't sleep on this. If you can, try to pick up these. And then Indeedee, you probably need 1 or 2 Indeedee, just because the watchover to heal, but mainly for the psychic attack, because it's a psychic Pokemon that's a V, and psychic Pokemon has been the psychic. What I'm trying to say is a lot of Pokemon is weak to psychic, and having DD psychic attack will usually one-shot any Pokemon that has weakness to psychic. Okay, and then Lapras VMAX. If you want water, if you want to play a water deck, Lapras VMAX is probably the best water Pokemon going forward. With its insane G-Max pump, it can do super damage since it does 90 plus 30 damage for each water energy attached to its Pokemon. So if you combine this with the Frostmoth to attach energy, it can pretty much one-shot every Pokemon in the game. So that's really cool. So essentially, I'll go for 2 Cramorant V if you haven't got that, 1 or 2 Sableye V, 3 or 4 Victini V, for 2 or 3, maybe 4 Zamazenta V, 1 or 2 Indeedee, a 4 lines of Lapras, just so you have the option, but usually 4-3 Lapras, so 3 VMAX, 4 Lapras V. Probably 3 or 4 of the Tapu Koko if you want to play the Tapu Koko VMAX deck. Then you got Zacian V. I would say just pick up 4. The card's too good not to, and I can see people just playing it in a random deck, and yeah, it's just too good. Okay, and then these are all the trainers cards that you should get from this set. Okay, so you got 4 Pokegear, or you got Pokegear. Look at top 7 card, add a supporter to your hand, so that's really good for thinning down your deck and looking for the key card. And then you got 2 Air Balloon, insane Pokemon tool, give your Pokemon -2 retreat cost, so that's really good. So you have a free pivot. You got the Evolution Incense, Great Ball, Quick Ball, which is insane just because I don't know if you guys know, Pokemon communication is getting rotated out, so that's why we need a way to get evolution Pokemon. So that's why Evolution Incense will be quite good. Quick Ball and Great Ball is really good. And 4 Crushing Hammer, I'll say pick 4 of them just because it can make any deck insane, which I hate to admit it. And then you got energy retrieval, probably like just to add energy from the skull pile. So if you're playing Lapras, you want to return back your water energy and start attaching it again with your Frostmoth, so that's quite nice. And a great catch, Pokemon catcher, flip a coin. If it's a head, you bring up all your opponent's bench Pokemon. Pretty good. And then rare candy, skip your evolution, you can just evolve it straight away. Really good. Big Charm, make your Pokemon a bit bigger by plus 30 HP. Really good. 4 switches, get 4 of them. Card's too good. Metal Saucer, really good. Anything to do, it's a sub-trainer card that give you energy. Give you energy acceleration, so why not pick up 4 of them? Energy switch. You can argue about this card. Its idea is quite good. You can switch energy from one Pokemon to another Pokemon, so in case your Pokemon is really damaged, it's quite good to have it. Ordinary Rod help you recycle cards. It's probably the best way to recycle card at the moment, since it can recycle Pokemon and basic energy back to your deck, which is good. You got Power Pad, shove back 2 supporters back to your deck, and your Vitality Fan to do the extra 1 damage when you attack. So if we're looking at here, yeah, ideally I'll recommend picking up 3 or 4 Pokegear, 2 or 3 Air Balloon, 2 or 3 Evolution Incense, 4 Crushing Hammer, 2 or 3 of the Energy Retrieval. Great Ball, pick 4 up just because it's just good. Anyway, to search for a Pokemon, it's really good. So pick 4 of them without no cost. 4 Quick Ball, since you can search for every basic Pokemon consistently just by discarding card, go for it. Great Pokemon catcher. You could argue to get 3 or 4 just in case you want to play those luck based deck where you just want to go coin reliant. Okay. Rare candy, it seems like most deck plays 3 or 4 if they do play it, which I'll say why not, it's pretty good. And then Big Charm, pick up 2 or 3 of them just because it can be really good for most Pokemon. So it's like you can attach to your VMAX and give your VMAX plus 30, so that's good. And yeah, recommend picking 2 or 3. Switches, pick up 4 if you haven't done so. Metal Saucer, pick up 4. And like I said before, energy acceleration is insane in this game. Energy Switch, pick up 2 or 3 if you want. Ordinary Roar, pick up 2 or 3. Just because in one prize deck you can recycle, make the game longer, and you won't mill out. Well, try not to mill out this card. Power Pad, usually people just play the 1. In my time of playing Pokemon, everyone only just play 1 Power Pad, nothing more, nothing less. Vitality Band, you could argue to get this card, you can skip it. You can get, I'll play like pick up 1 or 2, just in case. Okay, and then these are the supporters / other cards you need. So Team Yo Grunt, return back an energy from your opponent's Pokemon to the hand, so it's pretty much slow them down with hand. You got the Marnie, shuffle back your whole hand and your opponent's whole hand, they draw 4, you draw 5. Great for hand destruction. Professor Research, discard your whole hand, draw 7. Great in case you have those bad hand or you need to search for that 1 trainer card energy or Pokemon for the turn. And Aura Energy, discard a card, counts any energy but it counts 1 energy. So it's a rainbow energy, it's insane. So Team Yo Grunt, you probably want to pick up 2 or 3 of them just because anything to do with energy denial, that's consistently, why not pick them up? So that's good. Marnie, everyone's been playing 3 or 4 Marnie, but so I recommend picking up 4 Marnie. I mean, if you can look at the most competitive deck, everyone plays 4 of them, which is good, or maybe a 3, but usually just pick up 4 just in case. And then you got Professor Research, play 4, everyone get 4 of these cards. I mean, it's too good. It's just too good. And Aura Energy, pick up 4 just so you have variety and you can make more decks. Okay, and then now we move on to Rebel Clash. So Rebel Clash is an alright set. The main card that we're after for this set, I'll explain the main card in here, but nonetheless, these are the single Pokemon that you want. Well, single prize Pokemon is what I meant. So you got Galarian Meow, which is great synergy with the Berserker that I showed in the previous set. So with this card, you can discard 2, add that straight to your hand from your deck. So it's an instant evolution that you can do next turn. For that pull, it can ping 2 damage and return it back to your deck, which is alright. Just so it's a single prize deck, it doesn't require attack to place energy, so that's quite good to be fair. Clefable, when you evolve it, you return the energy from your opponent's side field to the top of the deck, which is good. So energy denial again. And then Colossal, with its tar generator. With you can attach energy, fire, and fighting energy from your skill power to your Pokemon any way you like. So like I said, energy acceleration is really good. Dragon Pult. Dragon Pult has the effect of Phantom Force, which does 120 and put 3 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. So spraying damage is not bad. Glaring Reasoning with its neutralizing gas, it's pretty much stun your opponent from using stun your opponent from using abilities if this card's inactive. So these are cards that you could argue you can either skip it or just pick them up just in case with the news that coming out, oh, these cards could be seen a lot more play. So if we're saying like that, pick up 2 or 3 Galarian Meowth, probably like 3 or 4 or 2 or 4, anywhere between 2 or 4 is a Falafel, just because of the apple drop. And then Clefable, when I've seen most played, it was playing a 2 or 3, so you could get 3 of each. 3 of Clefable and 3 Clefairy. Colossal, you can get 3 or 4 of them just because it's energy acceleration and it can be good in the later future since World is going to be gone. Dragon Pult, like I said, it's up to you if you want to commit to this deck. If you want to play a Dragon Pult deck, then get a 4-4 line or 4-4-4 line of Dragon Pult. If not, then you can afford to just skip again Dragon Pult. Okay. Galarian Reasoning, if you want to play a control deck or Eternatus, you could consider picking up like 2 or 3 of this card. Okay, just so you have an idea and you have options for your bundle cards. Okay, and then here's the Pokemon Vs that I recommend getting. So personally, I reckon the best deck that's going to be one of the best that's going to be moving on would be Dragon Pult VMAX, which is insane with its Max Phantom. It does 130 and then spreads 5 damage counter on your opponent's side of field. Really good. And the Shred Attack, 1 energy does 60 and ignore your opponent's ability, so it can get through to the Decidueye and cards that's like saying that cannot be affected by VMAX. So Dragon Pult is all that, and plus Dragon Pult is a Psychic Pokemon, so it does weakness to Urshifu, which is the next big deck that everyone's been talking about. So that's good with the Psychic weakness for other Pokemon. And then you got the Ninetale. It's okay. You can probably just it's only a fire Pokemon that's a V that can copy your opponent's attack. So if you haven't, pick up 1. All you need is really 1. Eldegoss, 1 or 2 with its ability Happy Match. You play it onto your bench, add a supporter from your Skull Power to your hand. Really good, and it has Float Up, so it can do 50 damage and return all cards that's attached to it back to your deck, so you can always recycle it, so you never get milled up, which is really good. But it's rarely, but it's nice to have that option. Double underrated V Pokemon you can get with its ability Soft Ward, minus 30 damage from your opponent's attack, and plus it does 120 plus 30 damage for each prizes your opponent your opponent has taken. So if they've taken 3 prizes yet, that would do 240 for free energy, which is really good. And Milotic, it's pretty much beat any fire Pokemon. Because you only use the Aqua Impact, you don't have to bother the Hypno Splash, just because Aqua Impact only does 10 damage plus 50 damage for each energy, for each retreat cost they have. So usually they have like 2 or 3, and that's always enough. Because if you're thinking about it, that'd be 320 or more. Okay, if it's only 3 retreat, which they usually are. So that's cool. So yeah, and then Bolton made most funded deck. It's pretty much the core essential on every funded deck with this Electrify, attach an energy, and then attach 2 energy from your deck to your bench in any way you like. So it's great. And the Bolt Storm is an insane attack, plus 30 damage, 10 plus 30 damage for each energy that's on your side of field. So yeah, really good. And Talion, another card that's going to be underrated, that's moving on. With its Hydro Snipe, it can do 6 damage and return the energy from your opponent Pokemon to the hand, which is great for energy denial, like I said before. And Max Bullet does 660 and then 60 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So this has energy denial and sniping ability. So Talion, really good. Dragon Pult, really good. So if we're moving on from this, the cards that you should get from here is a 4-4 line of Dragon Pult V and VMAX. A 1 Ninetale, I don't think it's that good, but just in case it might see plays in the future, so I recommend getting 1. You got the Elder Gods, pick up 2 just in case you need that extra support in some decks. Double, play 2, pick up 2 because some decks play 1, and the most that I've seen this being played was 2 in a Rillaboom deck. So pick up 2 so you have the option. Minortic V, just a 1. I mean, that's all you need, 1. Yeah, Bolton, pick up 3 or 4. The card's too good. If you want to play Thunder, recommend picking up 4. At the moment, it's being played in Pikarom, a deck that's going to be rotated out. But in that deck, they play 3 of it, or /4. So I recommend getting 3 or 4. Italion, okay, Italion, I recommend getting pick up 4 line of it. The card's too good. So out of here, Dragonpult, Italion, Elder Gods, and Bolton are the cards that you need to pick. Okay, so that's cool. Now we move on to the trainer. So the main trainer, the main card why Rebel Clash was insane was because of Boss's Order. Yep, so that's why it's the biggest card here. Boss's Order allows us to move our opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. So every deck nowadays play either 3 or 4 Boss's Order, so just get 4. The card's too good. Okay, and you got Skylar, a card to search for any trainer card from your deck, but it's a supporter, which is still good. I'll probably pick up 2 if you haven't done so, just so you can search for any cards. And in Arceus Dialga Palkia, they play 1 or 1 Skylar, so that's all you really need. So that's cool. And then you got the Sonya, a supporter that allow you to search for 2 basic Pokemon or 2 basic energy, which is quite good. So I'll pick up like 3 of them, maybe 4. But don't you worry if you don't want to pick them up, because they're usually used for control deck. Got the Tool Scrapper. Tool Scrapper is great, just because it can get rid of 2 tools. But you only need 1, so I'll say just pick up 1 since every deck. This is more of a tech card, so if you want tech, play this. Training Court. You can argue about this card since Viridian Forest is going to get rotated out. Training Court is a great way to add energy from your discard pile to your hand. So yeah. I would say pick up 4 just so you have the option, but you probably end up playing 2 or 3. Okay, Super Net, pick up 4, allow you to pick up any basic Pokemon to your hand, apart from V or GX. But hey, that's okay. You can synergize it well with Zigzagoon and Italion and all that type of stuff. So that's really cool. And then Galarian Mine. You can only pick up 3 or 4, but this is only used for control decks, so don't you worry about getting it. Mainly for control. Capacious Bucket, pretty much this synergizes well with the Frostmoth, and you tend to play 2 or 3 of Capacious Bucket just so you can add energy to from your deck to your hand and synergize it well with your Frostmoth and energy etc. as fast as possible. So if you're playing water or looking into water, pick up 2 or 3 of this, or 4 if you just want to have a playset. Turnfield Stadium. So far Turnfield Stadium is only seen play in Cherrim and Decidueye, and at the moment you could what's it? Beetle, something Beetle, but yeah, a Beetle Pokemon. All Beetle, that's it. So they always play like a 2 or 3 lines of the stadium card since you can search for any grass evolution. So if you're playing grass, recommend picking up 2 or 3. So to summarize, 4 Boss's Order, 1 or 2 Scarlet, 3 or 4 Sonya, 1 Tool Scrapper, maybe 2 if you really want that, if you're really scared of Pokemon Tool. Training Court, 2 or 3 just because it's stadium, so you can knock out your opponent's stadium. 4 Scoop on Net, just so you can return and pivot around. Galarian Mine, 3 or 4 if you're playing control deck, so don't you worry about picking this card up. I just want to put it there just in case. Capacious Bucket, probably like 2 or 4 just in case of how many water energy or how desperate you need water energy, so playing 4 could be alright. And Turnfield Stadium, probably like 2 or 3. 4 if you really want to, but yeah. Okay. And then the energies, are a decent thing from Rebel Clash was all these energy. Horror Energy, still been seeing a lot of play, especially in Dragonpult. Since if it's attached to a psychic Pokemon and the psychic Pokemon is being attacked, that's +2 damage counter on your opponent's attacking Pokemon, so that's good. Capture Energy, a way to attach energy and then bring a basic Pokemon from your deck to your bench. Really good, since it's a search card. Energy Speed, Lightning Energy allows you to attach to a Thunder Energy and draw 2 cards, which is insane. Give you everything you want, draw 2 cards as well as being an energy, so that's cool. Twin energy counts 2 energy, but only for non-GX or V Pokemon. So Mad Pie or Salazzle. But yeah, so I recommend picking up 4 of each of everything of these energy, just because they could be used in the next year, and it's just too good. Okay, and then now we move on to Darkest Ablaze. So Darkest Ablaze, it was a pretty good set, to be fair. It had your Rowlet with the Sky Circus. I mean, you can use it because you play the Decidueye deck, and the Decidueye deck with the Deep Forest camo, it allows you to shroud through and defend and hide away from V and GX Pokemon, so you never take damage like a barrier, and it does 90 damage and plus 20 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon, to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then you combine, and then you usually play this Rowlet with it, and then you play Birdkeeper, so you can do 60 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon as well. So give you a variety of attack. So yeah, so this is a tier 1 deck itself, but I don't know if it's going to be even that good once rotation happens, so that's alright. So, and Galissapod, you only use it for the Harsh Time Slash attack, 50 damage for each V or GX Pokemon in your opponent's play, plus the 30 from its base attack, so it's okay. I mean, essentially the most you can do is 280 if your opponent has 5 E Pokemon, which is quite unlikely, but it's still good. It's good. Tapu Koko. So this card looked quite underwhelming, but it's a free retreat, which is really good, since in Eternatus they play Yveltal with a free retreat just for the pivot. So having Tapu Koko as a pivot is not bad, and it can draw 2 cards and does 110 damage for a base attack, which is not bad, which is okay. And then Mimikyu, so your opponent can't heal their benches, so that's good. And a Hoopa, when it's moved from the bench to your active, it does 90 damage, really, which is good. So essentially what you want from here is probably 4 Rowlet, 4 Decidueye or 3 Decidueye, 2 or 3 Galissapod, maybe 4 depending on the deck, and then Tapu Koko, probably pick up 2 or 3 if you want. If you see them around, just ask for it. Your opponent, the person most likely the person you're trading this Tapu Koko off, have no idea the potential of it or how good the card actually is. Mimikyu, pick up this just because healing could be a big thing. I mean, we've got Cheryl, so your opponent usually put a Pokemon back in the bench and playing Cheryl, so playing cards like Mimikyu, get rid of that, stop that nonsense. And then Hoopa, 90 damage from 1 energy, so it's great for Eternatus. Eternatus is more likely to play 2 or 3, or it's just a quick attack for 1 energy. So yeah, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2 Tapu Koko, maybe 3, 1 or 2 Mimikyu, usually 1, so don't you worry about that. Hoopa, depending on the deck, probably 2 or 3. Okay, and now we move on to Pokemon V. And this set was insane because it had released one of the best draw engine in Sword and Shield, which is the Crobat. When you play it, you draw up to 6 cards. Insane. You get the Galarian Slowbro V, which poisons your opponent's Pokemon if it's the active. If this is the active, you get the Centiskorch, does 40 plus 40 damage for each fire energy attached to its Pokemon. So that's really cool, and it can energy accelerate, so after attack you put a fire energy from the discard pile to attach to it, so it can do big damage for a VMAX, which is really cool. You've got Vikavolt with its paralyzing bolt, it can does 50 damage and item lock your opponent, so that's insane. You got Rhyperior, usually use it for this the Drill Run, which is going to discard energy, or for its Heavy Rock Artillery, so it can do 210 damage. And it was good when this card came out. It was good to beat Eternatus since it does 420, since Eternatus is weak to fighting. So, and Eternatus, insane, could be one of the best that's moving on to the new rotation, since it's it can do 270 consistently, and if you execute into the extra ping damage that you need to fix the math for you. So that's really good. So if you're looking at this, you probably want to pick up a 4/4 line of Centiskorch just in case you have the option, 2 or 3, well probably 1 or 2 Vikavolt but depending on how big control is. So 1 or 2 Vigavolt is quite nice to pick up. Rhyperior, you only pick up 1 so far. It hasn't seen much play, and or you can skip this depending if there's more V Pokemon that's locked that's coming out. Okay, Galarian Slowbro, pick up 2, just so it does poison, and if you're playing the poison variant of the Eternatus, it's not bad playing it. So the most you ever see of Slowbro being played was 2 in Dex, so you just pick up 2 of them. Crobat, it can be different with Crobat. So obviously the Den is going to be gone, so having Crobat to draw up to 6 cards, so you might want to play 2 in Dex or 4, or you need 4 if you're playing Eternatus, but usually 2 should be enough. Okay, Eternatus, pick up 4/4 if you want to play the deck. I mean, I still think the deck is insane, and it's going to get better. We can only hope it's get better. Okay, so now we move on to the trainers. So the trainers is not that special compared to the previous set, but it's still really good. So you got Burkeeper, allow you to switch from your active to, or switch a Pokemon, as well as draw a free card. However, supporter, but it's quite good doing that. So if your opponent item locked you and you're stuck with an active Pokemon that you can't do anything, Burkeeper is a great way to play it. And Burkeeper has been seeing a lot of play. I mean, not gonna lie, I've been playing 2 or 3 in my Urshifu deck, and I think the card's really good. Piers, I think this card is actually good. I'll say pick up 2 Piers just so you can add an energy and it doesn't count as basic energy. You can add any type of energy, so it could be any special energy and a dark Pokemon. So usually you get a Crobat or a Eternatus. So that's quite nice. Rose Tower, if you have less than 3 cards in your hand, draw up to 3 cards. Pretty good. Turbo Patch, like I said, anything to do with turbo with energy accelerations is insane. So you flip a coin, attach a energy from the discard pile if it's head to a basic Pokemon, which is Downfall, which is okay still. Rose, attach up to 2 energy from your discard pile to one of your VMAX. If you attach any energy this way, you discard your whole hand, but it's an energy acceleration, so you can't sleep on this card just in case you do see play. Cape of Toughness, basic Pokemon attached to this card get plus 50 HP. So that's really cool. Make a Pokemon ginormous. So that's cool. And then Big Parasol to prevent our Pokemon from getting poisoned or confused or paralyzed or anything like that. So that's quite handy. So yeah. So in summary, you want to pick up 4 Burkeeper just because it could be the next best supporter coming out of this or coming out of the next rotation. So pick up 4 Burkeeper just so you can have the option to play 2 or 3 or maybe 4, depending on how much you like this card. Piers, probably pick up 2. 1 or 2 should be enough for this card. Rose Tower, you can sleep on this card, or if you want, you can pick up 1 or 2. Okay, Turbo Patch, pick up 4 just in case for energy acceleration. Rose, pick up 1 or 2. I think 2 should be enough for this card, just because it's good, but it hasn't seen any competitive play. If the most it's seen was just 1, so yeah. And then Cape of Toughness, pick up 4 just because having the option of giving your Pokemon plus 50 HP is quite nutty. Yeah, and Big Parasol, pick up 2. Since not many Pokemon does paralysis or land special condition on your Pokemon. So yeah, just pick up 2. It's quite good. Okay, and then the energies, I'll say pick up 4 for Heat Energy. Give your fire Pokemon plus 20, so you can make your Victini, your Centiscore is quite big, so that's quite cool. So pick up 4 of them. Hiding Dark Energy. It's a dark energy, obviously, but it gives your dark Pokemon 0 retreat. So if you attach it to a Eternatus, it becomes 0 retreat. If you attach it to a Slowbro V, it's 0 retreat. So quite good. And Powerful Energy, if it's attached to a basic Pokemon, that's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those lines. Yeah, it provides it just plus 20 damage to your attack. Okay, so yeah, to a basic Pokemon. Sorry. So I'll say pick up 4 for 4 of these energy just because it's just too good not to, and having the option in your in your cards to have 4 of each card makes deck building a lot more easier. Okay, so you pick up 4 of each, guys. And then now we move on to Champion Path. So Champion Path is more of a set that's known for reprint, or the set that's known to get that Charizard. However, the black Charizard, the shiny Charizard. But nonetheless, these are the cards that's best, that you can only get, that's exclusive in the set, that I recommend getting if you haven't done so. Incineroar, I mean, you can argue about Incineroar, but I think it can do 220 damage, or it has 90 damage plus energy acceleration. So don't sleep on this card. It's a fire Pokemon, and fire, it seems really good. So yeah, so that's cool. Altaria with its miraculous charm, it's a barrier, prevent you from V or GX Pokemon, so that's quite nice. And it's a stage 1 compared to Sidgewai, which was stage 2. So Altaria is recommend try to pick up. Rotom Phone, I think this card is actually really good. Look at top 5 card, put one of them to your top of the deck, shuffle the rest into your deck. So if in case you want, so this synergizes well with Oranguru, since Oranguru allows you to get the top card of the deck to your hand and you replace it with one of the cards in your hand. So playing Rotom Phone, you can search, you can go 5 cards deep into your deck and pick up the card that you need. And plus it's great synergize if you want, like if you're afraid of your opponent Marnieing, you can Rotom Phone to play around that. So that's really good. And then you've got Suspicious Food Tin, heal 80 damage from your Pokemon that has a Psychic Energy, and which is insane. Just because you can heal it from your bench or your active, and it's an item card, and 80 damage is quite a lot. And with the new set that's going to be released in Junior, it's going to be based on Psychic with an energy acceleration. Suspicious Food Tin is a card that could be seen a lot of play, but who knows? But recommend picking up. So in summary, 1, maybe 2 Incineroar, but probably just 1 should be fine. Altaria, pick up 3 or 4 if you haven't done so, and the 4 Swablu, so I play a 4 line, just so you have the option. Rotom Phone, I'll say pick up 4 just in case. Depending on the deck you might need the 4th one, but usually 3 is enough, but playing 4 could help your consistency issue. So that's quite cool. Suspicious Food Tin, even though I said this card was good, I recommend just picking up 2 or 3 if you haven't done so, just so you have the option. Okay, so now we move on to Vivid Voltage, and Vivid Voltage was I'll say it's quite a pretty good set to be fair. And let's see what's the card in here. So these are the 6 basic Pokemon that I recommend picking up. Okay, so we got Trumbeak. Like I said, energy acceleration is good, so when you evolve it, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of them is energy, attached to your Pokemon any way you like. And yep, so this synergizes well with Scoop.net, and it's just a not bad card. So like I said, energy acceleration, great. Bayonet, you could argue about this card. I recommend getting 2 or 3. I think this card has potential, especially with VMAX going to be controlling this whole format now after rotation. Curse of Devolution, when you evolve it, it de-evolves your opponent's bench Pokemon, so it can work on VMAX. So if your opponent if you do big damage to one VMAX, your opponent will treat it. You can evolve into Bayonet, de-evolve their VMAX, and then if it was enough to knock out that Pokemon, then that Pokemon's knocked out. So Bayonet, really good in my opinion. So yeah, Electrode, insane card. You pop it, you're sure your opponent get 1 prize, but you pop it, you attach 2 Fun Energy from your deck to your Pokemon any way you like, so that's great. Snorlax, I mean Snorlax is a pretty good card. So if it's your active Pokemon, you draw up to have 7 cards, so that's really good. And Charizard, Charizard is a really good 1 prize Pokemon. 1 prize deck, should I say, with its ability Battle Sense, you can look at top 3 card of your deck and add 1, then discard the rest. So it has draw engine into it, a way to recycle card, yeah, and it can do big damage with 2 fire energy, 100 damage plus 50 for each Leon in your discard pile, which is really good. So the most you can do is 330 if you play Leon at the same time. So that's really good. Big damage for a single prize Pokemon, which is quite good. And Jirachi, I mean, I think Jirachi is insane. Look at our top 2 cards add one to your hand, put the other one back on the top of the deck. So it's a easy way to get cards without paying any cost or anything like that. So that's really good. So just to make sure, you want to get 3 or 4 Tron Beat just because it's energy acceleration. Great. Barnet, I'll say get 2 or 3 just so you have the option if you want to play. But people could just play a Tech 1-1 line of this. But I'll say pick up 2-2 of the evolution of the Sharpet and the Barnet. Okay. Electrode pickup. I'm pretty sure I picked up 4 of this just in case you have the option, but you could just pick up 3. But having 4, like I said before, having place of every card, it's just easier, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm missing 1 card. So I picked up 4, but you probably just need 2 or 3 of this card. Okay, Snorlax, pick up 4. In case the deck you're playing is really slow, so playing Snorlax is quite good. But ideally, if you don't want to get 4, just pick up 2 or 3. 2 and 3 is enough. I mean, people has been splashing 1 Snorlax in their deck just for draw engine to draw up to 7. So yeah, if that's your way, just pick up 1 or 2, and that's all you need. Charizard, if you're playing Charizard deck, then pick up 4 line of everything for Charizard. Okay, if not, if you don't want to play Charizard deck, you can skip it, because I skipped this card as well. But I just put it there just in case for all the Charizard lava out there. Jirachi, pick up 4. I mean, I think the card's good, especially when rotation happened. Our Jirachi from the team up will be rotated out, so our Dream Revelation is the next way of just thinning down way cards. So that's cool. And we move on. So these are Pokemon V Pokemon. These are one I recommend getting. Aegislash with its Sonic Edge is quite good. 130. Get rid of ignore your opponent effect Pokemon. So like for example, if your opponent is playing Decidueye, if your opponent is playing Altaria, this way using Sonic Edge does 130 and instantly knock out that Pokemon, which is great. And yeah, so it's more of a tech card. So if you're playing Zacian or Metal deck, recommend picking one of this. Talonflame. So Talonflame with its Flash Flight, if you go first, you can use this attack and discard your whole hand, draw up to 6 cards. So with the Dene is coming out, where it's rotated out, this card could be seen in a lot of play, so I recommend picking up some up if you haven't done so. And it's a free retreat, and it does 160, so that's not bad. Orbital V, Eerie Beam, it does 10 damage for each, 10 damage to all your opponent's Pokemon, which is not bad. It has been seen in a lot of play, and who knows, it could be really good, one of the best decks coming out of the next format, but who knows. The format is not foretold yet. And then we've got Togekiss VMAX, which I recommend picking up these cards as soon as possible. They're so cheap, they're like a couple of quid. Pick them up because it can does 120, and you can search for any card from the deck to your hand. So usually pair this up with the Bronzance out in the new set, in the Battle Style set, which we're going to get to later on. And anything like that, and it's a free retreat cost, and it's quite big. So that's quite good. And Colossal, don't sleep on this card. I was looking at this card again the other day, and I was like, wow. It's only weak to grass Pokemon, and there's no decent grass Pokemon apart from Orbital that can do big damage. Other than that, if you're not playing against Orbital, Colossal is insane with 330, and it can do big damage / energy accelerate as well with its Eruption Shot. The card seems quite good. So in summary, pick up 1 or 2 Aegislash, depending how much are you afraid of that matchup. I recommend just picking 1, but 2 if you really want to. Talonflame, pick up 1 or 2, just because we don't know how good this fast flight going to be. Orbital, if you want to play the Orbital deck, pick up 4/4 of it. If you want to play Togekiss, pick up a 4/3 line of it. And if you want to play Colossal, pick up a 4/3 line or 4/4 line. So, okay, so Orbital, good so far. Togekiss, gonna be better next format. Colossal, who knows, but I see potential in it. Okay, and these are the great trainers from the set. So Bay, you can arguably saying this card is terrible, but it discards top 5 card of the deck, and if there's any energy that was discarded that way, attached to your fighting Pokemon. So it's an energy acceleration, which is good. So I say, that's why I thought I'd put in the list just in case. Leon, give your Pokemon plus 30 damage, so that's not bad in case you need to push for the extra damage, it could be decent. Nessa, put 4 energy, a combination of water or water Pokemon from the discard pile to your hand, which is a great way to recycle cards. So yeah, I think the card's good. Memory Capsule, I think this card is actually really good. You can use, it's a Pokemon tool. You can use attack from its previous stages, which is quite good. And there'll be some time when you're playing Urshifu VMAX, Rapid Strike, Single Strike, that you use like, oh, I want to use that 180 attack from its base, from the V version of it, not the VMAX. So you can do that. So this is quite good. And just the bathtub. I think that card's actually alright. Heal, or all your basic Pokemon take 20 less. Really good. And it's a stadium, so if you're playing just big basic, this is a great way just to store out, make your Pokemon quite chunky and everything else. So I recommend it. Telescopic Sight. This was a short print of the set, and come on, the card is good. If it's attached to that Pokemon does 30 damage more to your opponent's bench or bench V and GX Pokemon. So you're playing, if you attach it to Sigilite, it does 30 more, so it does 50 to your opponent's bench Pokemon, providing their V or GX Pokemon. So yeah, so just to make sure, you want to pick up 2 or 4 Bay, depending on your deck, because at the moment there's no deck that's playing Bay, but if you are one of those persons that want to play the deck, then pick up 4, so you have the option of it. Leon, pick up 2 or 3, but if you're playing Charles, I'll pick up 4, but you tend to use 1 or 2 Leon. Nessa, if you're playing the water deck, then I recommend picking up 2 or 3 of this card, just because it just seems quite good. Memory Capsule, all the deck that's considered playing this card, always just play the 1. So if you get 2, you have the option in case the deck you need 2 of. Okay, so 1 or 2 Memory Capsule. The Bath, you probably want to pick up 3 or 4. I see potential in this card, and it seems quite good, not gonna lie. So yeah, Telescopic Sight, probably 2 or 3. I don't think it's that good, but it has any card to give plus extra damage. You can't sleep on it, so pick up 3. So just to double check, 4 Bay, 1 or 2 Leon, or 4 if you're playing the Charizard deck. Nessa, 2 or 3. Memory Capsule, 1 or 2. At the Bath, 3 or 4. Telescopic Sight, 2 or 3. Okay, now we move on. So these energies, insane. So your Grass energy allow you to remove all special condition from your psychic, or from your Grass Pokemon, and it cannot be harmed in any way. So it cannot be paralyzed or anything like that, which is insane. You get the Water energy. It means your opponent cannot play cards that when they attack, it discards an energy, or when it attack put paralyzed or anything like that, it stop that. So that's quite cool. Coating energy, give all your metal Pokemon that's this card, or any card that attached to this card, provides metal, no weakness. So that's really good. So it's usually tend to be weak to fire. So having coating energy is insane. Stone energy, give you all your fighting Pokemon 20 less damage. Your opponent take 20 less. Your attack take 20 less. Sorry, that was quite long. Okay, so saying that, essentially you want 4 aromatic energy to the grass one. So far this water energy is not seen play, but who knows. So I was recommending picking up 2 or 3. I don't think this card is going to be seen much play unless there's a new card coming out. So yeah, 2 or 3 of this. Coating energy, recommend pick up 3 or 4. I think the card's too good. Stone energy, pick up 4 stone energy. So just so you can make your Pokemon tanky, and especially if you're playing Colossal, you can make Colossal massive by playing stone energy. So just in summary, 4 grass, 2 or 3 water, 3 or 4 coating energy, metal energy, and 4 fighting energy. 4 of the stone energy. Okay, now we move on to Shining Fates. Shining Fates, yet again, just like Champion's Path, is a reprint set. So let's go see all the cards that's the best card that's not reprinted. So we got Manaphy, allow us to look at our top 6 card of our deck and add a Pokemon, which is really good if providing this Pokemon is inactive. And similar to that is Celebi, which allow you to look at our top 6 card but search for an energy instead, and it could be special energy or anything like that. So Manaphy and Celebi, recommend try to pick them up if you haven't done so. You got the Ditto V with its V transformation. So essentially you can play a V toolbox with its effect, since you can put on your, since if it's in play, you can tribute it to add a to swap it for a V Pokemon that's in your discard pile, which is quite good. And then you got the Ditto VMAX, which allow you to copy Pokemon, copy your opponent's attack, which is alright. Coughing allow you to speed evolution, so you can just go Coughing, evolve it. Coughing, Ascension, evolve it into that Weasling with the nutrient gas that allow us to prevent your opponent from playing ability. So having that as your first turn attack is quite good, so you shut down your opponents quite fast. So that's quite cool. You got Crobat V Mats, which is one of the best cards to come out. Well, could be one of the best that to come out after rotation, with its poisons or stealth poison, does 70 and retreat it to one of your bench Pokemon, and then poison that opponent active Pokemon. So you usually pair this up with the Altaria, so you do 70, retreat, put the Altaria up front, and that Pokemon is poisoned, and then you have your Toxicroak to poison them to add extra poison damage. So that's quite cool, and it can do 180 just to finish them off. So that's cool. Rusted Sword, recommend this card is good, plus 30 to your Zacian V attack. Great. Rotom Phone, Rotom is play it, add 2 Rotom cards from your deck to your hand, so you can search for a Rotom Phone, which is the one that allows you to look at top 5 cards your deck and put a card on top. So that's really good. So just to summarize, I picked up, I would recommend pick up 2 to 4 Manaphy, 2 to 4 Celebi, or if you are lazy, just pick up 2 or 3. Okay, so 2 or 3 of the Manaphy and Celebi. The Ditto V, probably pick up 1 or 2. Ditto VMAX, you can skip it on there if you don't want to get it. You can skip it. I just thought I'd put it there because it's a good card. The Crobat VMAX, if you are playing the deck, then you usually would play a 3 Crobat VMAX or 4 Crobat VMAX. So pick up 3 or 4 of this if you want. I recommend it because it's quite cheap now at the moment, and it's pretty good at the moment. Rusted Sword, I'll say pick up 2. Because most deck only play 2, you don't need 3 or 4. So you play 2 Rusted Sword. Rotom Phone, recommend pick up 3 or 4. It allows you to search for cards that allow you to thin down your deck. So yeah, I think it's potential. Yeah. So in summary, 4, 1, 3 or 4, depending on your lineup for Coughing. Celebi, 3 or 4. Ditto, 1 and 2. A 3 or 4 of Crobat VMAX. Rusted Sword, 1 or 2. Rotom for about 3 or 4. Okay, and now we move on to Battlestar, the last set before the new set come out in June. Okay, with Battlestar. Right, so these are the single prize Pokemon, and don't you worry, I've put the Rapid Strike and Single Strike in their own category to make it easier and simplify. Okay, so Salazzle, great card, and Weeping Bell, great. So Salazzle and Weeping Bell, you can put them together into a new deck called Weeping Bell, or Weeping Lizard. Okay, or Slazzle Bell, depending on how you want to call it. Since you usually evolve it and put your opponent to Weeping Bell, when you evolve it, you make your opponent active Pokemon burn and poison, and then you play your Salazzle as your attack to do 90 damage times the amount of special condition. So that'll be 180, plus you can pair it up with some other cards. So yeah, that's insane. So it's only useful for DC deck, but Weeping Bell you could see a lot more play depending on the new cards coming out. And you got Cherim, like I said before, entry with energy acceleration, don't sleep on it. So this one allows us to attach grass energy to our Pokemon anywhere you like, providing they have a rule box, so you can attach to Pokemon like V or GX. Other than that, the card's insane. So that's cool. And Bronzong, one of the best cards to come out of this set, allows us to move energy around, providing their metal energy. However, Aura energy or any rainbow energy, you can still move them around because they technically, once they're in play, they count as a metal energy because they're rainbow, since they count as every energy. So that's really cool. So ideally, if you want to play, if you want to play the Weeping Bell Slazzle deck, then you pick up 4/4. If not, then you can skip these lot. Maybe you want to pick up the weekly guard if you haven't done so, but usually these two are like the match made in heaven. These two. Nonetheless, you want to pick up 3 or 4 Cherrim, just because energy acceleration, like I said, is really good, and a 2/2 or 3/3 line bronze on, just so you can have the option to do it. At the moment, people's being 2/2 line bronze on, but they could change after rotation, so pick up 3/3 if you haven't done so. Okay, and now here's the Pokemon V's that I recommend getting. Creatune, one of my favorite cards from the new set. If it's in your active, you draw up to 4 cards. If it's in your bench, you draw up to 3 cards. Insane. What else do you want? Okay, and then you got Victini VMAX, really good. Has Spreading Flames for energy acceleration, and with its max victory does 100 plus 120 if your opponent's Pokemon is a V. So that counts as VMAX as well. So that's really good. And most V Pokemon are maximum HP are usually like 220, so you can just knock that out easily. And it's only 2 energy, so it's quite fast to do it. And then Corviknight. See, Corviknight is really good. 3 retreat, 240, and yeah. But the only downside is that there's better card on paper when this card was released. Corviknight VMAX was going to be insane. People were going to say, oh, this card's really tanky, it's going to take a lot of weight to take it down and stuff like that. But now people has resort to playing Togekiss, since Togekiss does 120 and you can search for 2 cards from your deck to your hand, and it's 3 retreat and doesn't have any limitation. You can use attack every turn. While Corviknight you can use 240, then you cannot attack unless you switch it, so that's okay. So yeah, that's why but I put it down here just in case. Mimikyu V, recommend picking up that card. Card insane, play it and move it up front. It cannot take any damage or anything for that turn you play it from your hand, and it does 3 damage for each prizes your opponent takes. So if your opponent took 5 prizes, 1 energy can do 150 to your opponent active, which is really good. And Tapu Koko VMAX does 180 providing your opponent has more prizes than you. So you usually pair this off with that Electrode that I showed earlier. So you pop the Electrode, give your opponent that extra prize, attach 2 energy to it, and then you attach the energy from your hand, does 180 and your opponent's paralyzed. And paralysis is really good nowadays, since there's not many ways to get around it apart from playing cards like Switch, that's it. Okay, so in summary, pick up 1 or 2 Cricketune, probably just the 1. You don't tend to not to play 2, just 1. Victini VMAX, you probably want to pick up a 4 of the basic Victini, and the basic Victini you get from the Sword and Shield one, because that one's way better than the one that came out in this set. And then so you play 3 or 4 of the Victini VMAX. I'll tend to play 3. You could argue to play 4, but I'll pick up 3 just in case. And then if you play 3, you can always decide if you want to get a full 4. Corviknight VMAX, play a 3/3 line or 4/3 line. 3 being the VMAX, and then 4 the base one. If not, you can skip this and play Togekiss, since there's use the same core engine. Okay, Mimikyu, pick up 1 or 2. It could see a lot more potential play after a rotation, just because I think the card's really good. Okay, and Tapu Koko VMAX, if you're playing Electric and everything like that, and you want to play this deck, pick up 3 of this card and 4 of the basic Tapu Koko V that was in the Sword and Shield set, not in this set, because this was inferior to the other. Okay, and these are the trainer cards I recommend picking up from this set. Camping Gear, search your deck for any cards and put it into your hand, but you end your turn. That's the only downside, but it's quite good if you think about it, in case you need to like get that boss's order or something like that. Anyway, then you got Escape Rope, one of the best cards. Any card to make your opponent think during your turn is insane, since it makes your opponent switch their Pokemon first, and then you get to switch your Pokemon after. Insane. XP Share is a reprint, just like Escape Rope, but it allows, it's quite good, since if your Pokemon's knocked out, you can move that energy to the Pokemon that has the XP Share, so you can spread the energy, so your energy will always be on board. But it's the only downside is the basic energy, but nonetheless still good. Tool Jammer, stop your opponent's tool from happening, so stop Air Balloon, stop XP Share, or anything like that. So that's quite cool. Level Ball, great card, insane card. Look for your deck or search your deck for a Pokemon that's 90 HP or less. Really good. So you can search for evolution. You can search for basic Pokemon. So people are playing this in Mad Party or any deck that has Cincino. Since all the Cincino lineup is less than 90 HP, insane. Cheryl, great card. Heal all Pokemon, all energy, well, all damage from your evolution Pokemon. And if you do that, it's got all energy from it. So you usually pair this up with the Bronzong. So with Bronzong, you can move energy. So you move the energy to your basic Pokemon, then you play Cheryl, heal them all up, then put all the energy back onto your evolution, and then start swinging again. So that's really cool. Phoebe is a great tech card to get rid of Decidueye or Terrio with those annoying bench ability or barrier to stop them from being attacked by them. So this allows you to break through it with your VMAX. And then Energy Recycle, great card, shuffle back 5 energy from your discard pile to your deck, up to 5, which is insane. So just to double check, just to tell you what you need to get, probably pick up 1 or 2 camping gear, just in case you want to pick control. Skate Rope, pick up 4, you need 4 just in case, because most deck reviver play 2, but having 4, you have the option to play 4 of it, and I think it's just a good card in general. SB Share, probably 2 or 3. If you can't get them, then don't worry about it, but usually 1 or 2, ideally 1 or 2, not 3, just 1 or 2. Tool Jammer, 2 off, just in case, because in case you're playing it against a deck that's the tool could be annoying you, that Metal Goggle or anything like that. So yeah, recommend picking that. Level Ball, pick up 4, great card. Pick up 4, search for Pokemon. It can give you more of a variety of more option to pick cards out of. I mean, pick Pokemon, so that's very good. Cheryl, you probably tend to play 2 or 3 of this card. Other than that, you never play 4. You only play 2. Most they only play 2 if they do play it. Okay, so yeah, 2 or 3. I'll say 3 just in case, but usually 1 or 2. I was gonna say just a 1 or 2. Okay, Phoebe, you only play 1. It's a tech card, and for me, I personally would never play this card. I'd rather just lose the game, lose that match. If my opponent play anything like that, I'll just lose the match, and that's fair enough. It's not worth for me to lose consistency, but depending on the meta and depending how good that deck actually is. Energy Recycle, probably 1 or 2. On that, something special. Okay, and then now the Rapid Strike core. These are cards that you should get if you want to play Rapid Strike. Okay, Tower Water, give all your Rapid Strike Pokemon -2 retreat, which is insane. Korean Focus, draw up to 6 cards, great card. Empoleon V, if it's your active Pokemon, your opponent's basic Pokemon, basic non-V Pokemon or GX Pokemon has no effect, so stop Jirachi, stop your Zigzagoon and everything like that, so that's quite cool. And it has 130 and it's water, so it can knock out most fire Pokemon, which is quite good to be fair. And then you got Phalanx. I recommend picking up 1 of this card. I think this card has potential. Does 20 damage for each Rapid Strike Pokemon in play, so him being a Rapid Strike itself, and then you have a bench of Rapid Strike, you can one-shot a Eternatus or any type of matchup or anything like that. And it's not bad for a 1 prize Pokemon, so don't sleep on this card. I think it's quite good potential. And then for Rapid Strike energy, this card's broken. If it's attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon, it give them 2 energy, a water or fight energy, so that's insane. Yeah, not much, it's just the card's good. Mustard, underwhelming, could be really good. I mean, you can put a Rapid Strike Pokemon from your discard pile in play and draw up to 5 cards, providing you have no cards in hand. So depending how hard that cost to play that card is, then the card's actually alright. Vandal Waves, insane card, absolutely crazy good. Put a special energy attached from your opponent's side of field to your opponent's bottom deck. So I don't know about you guys, or you guys didn't realize, special energy has came back in this format. Every energy and every type of Pokemon has a different energy now. We're going through the water, the fire, the grass, the fighting, the dark, the colorless energy, and now all these twin energy and everything like that. Vandal Wave, underwhelming. Well, people know how good the card is, and I think it's insane. And then you got Artillery. Crazy good card. Allows you to search for any Rapid Strike cards from your deck to your hand, but you can use once of it at a time. So if you have 2 artillery, you can only use 1. Nonetheless, the card's insane. Michelle, you can argue about this card. It's not bad. It is a hit and run Pokemon and leave your opponent confused, so that's not bad, and so that's quite cool. And then Urshifu VMAX, insane card. When it's moved from your bench to your active, does 150 for 1 energy, and then after it has that 1 energy, next time you go Rapid Strike energy, and then you boss up your opponent Crobat, then do your GMAX Rapid Flow, does 100. There's 242 at Crobat since it's weak to fighting, and then finish off that sniping that Pokemon that you attacked previous time. So great card, and yeah, the best card, well, best VMAX in this set, I think, arguably. Okay, so just to summarize, you want to pick up 2 or 3 Tower Water just so Rapid Strikes get more cards. So having this could be really, really good in the near future. Trainer Focus, draw up to 6 cards. Not bad. It's like you could play this over Professor Research if you don't want to discard the card. You can just draw up to 6 cards. Pretty good. Emporium V, probably pick up 1 or 2 if you haven't done so. Just so any card that can stop stuff just by being there, it's quite good. Phalanx, probably like 1 or 2. It's a 1 prize Pokemon, and it's quite easy to attack with, and it can do quite big of damage. So yeah, pick up 1 or 2 of this. Rapid Strike Energy, pick up 4, the card's too good. Mustard, 1 or 2 should be fine for it, don't see any more. Final Wave, pick up 2 or 3, or maybe 4, depending on how special energy is dominated from it, but at the moment 2 or 3 should be fine for this Final Wave. Artillery, probably a 2-2 line, you don't really need any more, you can only use once a turn, so yeah. Michelle, I mean, if you've seen my deck profile before, I'm pretty sure I play a 4-4 line of it, so if you want to make that deck 4-4, if not, you can just skip on that card. And a Rapid Strike Urshifu, probably a 4-3 line, but depending after the rotation, you could play 4-4 line, or depending if it's a new set, then a 2-2 line. Because Japanese has been playing Rapid Strike with Blaziken, that's the new one that's coming out, or Centiskorch, and they play a 2-2 line / 3-3 line Urshifu. So I recommend getting 4 of the Urshifu B and then 3 of the Urshifu V Max just so you have option. Okay, now we move on to a single strike call. Okay, single strike card. It's a lot more powerful. You can arguably, I mean, since you can do more damage and stuff, but hey, it's more like a one-trick pony in this deck. But nonetheless, Bruno, great card. If your Pokemon is knocked out last turn, you draw up to 7. You shuffle your hand, draw up to 7. If not, you just draw 4 cards. Still, great card. Like I was playing this in 1 prize deck. Really good, enjoyed it. Scorn, 1 fighting energy does 10 damage plus 10 damage for each other damage counter on this Pokemon. So if your opponent attack you for like 150, you play this, attach energy, it does 160 with the plus 10, which is not bad. It is a tool, so you give your Pokemon extra attack, which is great. Tower Darkless cards is insane. Stadium, discard a card, or discard a single strike card, draw 2 cards, broken. Any card that allows you to draw a card and as a Stadium, it's great. It's pretty much a reprint of Heat Factory. Really good. Urns of Vitality, at the moment we only have 1 single strike special energy, so we want to play 4 off, and the card allows us to shuffle back to single strike energy from a deck to a hand, so I mean to a deck, from a discard pile to a deck. It's really good. And then so you usually pair up with the Houndoom, since it's Houndoom with a single strike raw, it pulls out a single strike energy from the discard from a deck to your Pokemon. Really good. And then Urshifu VMAX does 270, but it does more, since for every single strike energy attached to it, it does 20 more. So it does what the most it can do is probably, like, let's just do the quick math. 310? No. 350, the most it can do. Yeah. So usually pair it up. So Urn of Vitality, Houndoom, Urshifu VMAX, and their single strike energy, great synergy. And to the one of the best cards of the game, or best energy to ever be reprinted. It's a single strike energy, count as a dark energy or fighting energy, and plus 20 damage when attached to your Pokemon. So insane. Tyranitar, personally, Tyranitar is my favorite out of these two. Tyranitar does 240, but you just got a top 4 card of your deck, or it does 60 and your opponent's got 2 cards. So I made a deck profile on Tyranitar just because I saw potential in it. I mean, it's a single price Pokemon, so you don't have to evolve it like Urshifu VMAX, and it can do a lot more damage a lot faster, and you don't have to waste it. Because with Urshifu VMAX, once you GMAX one blow, you just got all energy attached to it. While with Tyranitar, it stays. The only thing you lose is top 4 card of your deck. And then now we move on to Single Strike Mustard. Card has potential. I mean, you can search your deck for a Single Strike Pokemon and put it into play, and if you do, draw 5 cards. But just like the Rapid Strike version, you have to have no cards in your hand to play it. So that's the only downfall. However, you could just put a VMAX from your deck to your bench, which is quite cool. But yeah. Okay, so just in summary, the cards that you need, or how much you need of each card, is probably a 3-4 line of Bruno, just in case you're the deck. 1 or 2 Scorn, but probably 1, since I would tend to play something else instead. Tower Darkness, I'll say pick up 3 or 4. The card's insane. Because if you have 4 in your hand, you just play where you can just keep discarding them. So why not play it? And of Vitality, pick up 4, just in case. Because so many times when you just play Professor Risha and discard Urn or 2 Urn, so having that is quite nice to have to return recycle energy back to your deck. Houndoom, pick up 4. There's some decks play 3-3 Houndoom or 4-4 Houndoom, so I play 4 because when you play the deck, I don't know if you guys realize, when you play the deck, you tend to never draw the Houndoom in time. So yeah, so play 4-4 for consistency. Urshifu, if you want to make the deck, play a 4-3 line of it, never a 4-4 line to get too clunky. 4 of the Single Strike energy, card's too broken. Tyranitar, if you're playing it in Urshifu VMAX deck, then you want to just play a 1-2 Tyranitar. If you want to play Tyranitar itself, then you pick up 4 Tyranitar for yourself. Okay, and a Mustard, you can argue about picking up 1 or 2. Other than that, it's not good. So now, after going through the whole set, I decided to make a slide just for the decks that could be really good after rotation, and these are my findings. Well, after thinking about it. So anything to do with Zacian and Zamazenta, so i.e. metal toolbox or steel box, could be the next step. Since Zacian can do 230 plus with the sword 260, and which can easily knock out any V Pokemon. So if you're going first, you can instantly knock out Pokemon. Really good. And it has energy acceleration, and your Zamazenta protect you from VMAX. So that's cool. So yeah. One of the deck that I recommend is could be moving on forward. Victini, so Victini could class on the any fire deck. So Victini, or you can put Victini with Center Scourge, but usually just play Victini. I mean, it's 2 fire energy, does 220 when it's evolved to a VMAX. It has energy acceleration, and most deck that plays the Victini usually tends to play the Mincina lineup for Draw Engine, or it plays Teleon to search for cards. So it can use like a fire toolbox slash big damage as well as looking for specific cards for the matchup. So that's really good. Bolton slash Thunderbots. So Bolton, like I said before, in Pokemon people play 3 of it or 4 of it in the deck for consistency. So playing Bolton, Bolton Thunderbots is really good since it can energy accelerate, and then you can play Crushing Hammer to stop your opponent from playing stuff, and it can do big damage. So and depending on all the new Thunder Pokemon that could be coming out, it has potential, so don't sleep on it. Dragapult, in my opinion, one of the best deck. 130. Well, I'm talking about Dragapult VMAX, by the way, not the baby Dragapult. Dragapult VMAX, 130. Deal 5 damage. Spread 5 damage counter on your opponent's side of field. Insane. And it has so many potential against it. It instantly beat all 1-prize Pokemon because they're all quite weak. So you literally just attack twice and then you kill 3 of Pokemon and you win faster. Great card. And quite consistent. And then you got Eternatus, absolutely broken. A deck that can do 270 consistently, as well as playing 4 Crobat as your draw engine and everything like that. I think Eternatus is really good, and yeah, so recommend trying out Single Strike Urshifu or Single Strike bots. So when I say single strike bots, it could be anywhere to be Urshifu or Tyranitar, depending on what route you want to go through. Even though, so nonetheless, those two you should look into if you are interested in the deck. But yeah, single strike could have potential after rotation. Rapid strike Urshifu has potential. I mean, it's just so good. I mean, if you look at the current deck right now for Urshifu Rapid Strike, it doesn't play any stuff that's going to be rotated out. Well, apart from Pokemon Communication, nonetheless, it's quite good itself. Okay, and then Italian VMAX, I forgot about how good this card is, but then it did do well in a few tournaments, and I did think, oh yeah, this card has energy denial, it can snipe your opponent's back row, anything like that, and it's pretty good actually. So Italian VMAX could be one of the best decks to come out, because you can just slow your opponent down with its attack to return, deal 60 and return that energy to the hand, and pair it up with a crushing hammer. Your opponent might not be able to attack, and you could lock them out that you can easily snipe them out for game. So yeah, don't sleep on Italian VMAX. And then Togekiss / Corviknight, I know I put them in a different category, but they're ideally the same thing. Like if you want to play Togekiss, play Togekiss. If you want to play Corviknight, play Corviknight. Essentially the same core structure. By me saying that, they usually just play Bronzong to move energy and shower. However, Corviknight does 240, Togekiss does 120, and search for 2 cards. So what would you rather have? I think I'd rather play the Togekiss, just so I can have that option. But people will argue Corviknight could be better. Okay, so I'll just put those two as different decks to make to avoid confusion or argument. And then Crobat VMAX, I thought the card is actually really good. I forgot about the card. Not gonna lie. It does 70, poison your opponent's Pokemon, retreat it to one of your bench Pokemon, so you usually just put Altaria. So most decks won't have it out towards cards like that. So Crobat could just win just by playing Altaria. Or if your opponent sees Altaria, they might just give up because they have no way of playing it. But yeah, in my opinion, the decks, in my opinion, the best deck to come out, yeah, will be Victini, Dragapult, Eternatus, Rapid Strike Urshifu, Italian VMAX, Togekiss, and maybe Zacian and Crobat. So I just named 7 decks, but like I said, Pokemon's quite unpredictable after rotation. We don't know what's going to be new, what's going to be good or anything. So yeah, I hope so. Yeah, take my top pick lightly, but yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the video helped you to know what you need to get when you're making a new deck and stuff like that, or what you need to start off. And if you want me to do a video of all the stuff that's going to be rotated out, but I kind of think there's no point, because if you want to know what cards are going to be recycled out, you can always just search it up online and just research it yourself. But I just thought these are cards that you should need if you want to make a deck, because essentially if you pick up like the recommend amount of each card yet, you can have a variety of all the cards you need to play, and you have all these options and all these cards to make your deck and everything like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.